let's shift focus then to the banking space. The Reserve Bank of India is likely to tweak the rules governing the resolution of bad loans. The scheme for sustainable structuring of stressed assets, popularly called the S4A, may be watered down to allow more flexibility to banks. Ritu standing by with some more details. Ritu, what are the changes that the banks have asked for?
Well, quite a few changes banks have proposed to this popularly called S4A scheme. In fact, if the RBI does implement a lot of these changes, it will severely water down what was a very strict and stringent regulation for treatment of bad loans. Some of the key changes that the bankers have proposed to this scheme, let me actually explain the scheme to you before I tell you about the changes. Under S4A, half the debt is deemed as sustainable and the other half is converted into quasi-equity and repaid over a longer tenure where banks have to take some sort of a hit. Now, the changes that the bankers have proposed is one, very importantly, to allow that sustainable portion of the debt to be classified as standard. This will severely lower their provisioning requirements and allow a lower reportage of non-performing assets. They've also asked for easier repayment schedule for this sustainable portion of the debt, which, remember, under the earlier guidelines was not permissible. They've also asked for non-project loans to be included in this scheme because so far only project loans and working capital loans are allowed to be included under S4A. So if all of these changes are really implemented, what this means put together is that bankers will have to report a lower level of NPAs. Their provisioning requirements will go down significantly. A lot more companies will be able to come under S4A, and all in all, it'll indicate some sort of a relaxation as far as RBI stance against bad loans is concerned, which may not actually be a very good thing in hindsight for the banks dealing with the stress loan situation.